the cordless machine, rechargeable. It has different modes. It has scrub, off and pick up. It has a folding handle here, which means you can store it in a smaller space, and while it's charging up you can leave it like that. It also has a little tray that it sits on to protect the floor when it's not in use. So the handle just clips up like that. Now here we have the clean water tank. So into the clean water tank I'm going to put a bit of cleaning solution. You don't need very much, it's a very small tank. And then I'm going to top that up with hot water from the tap to the fill line. There we go. Turn that off. Pop the lid back on. Bit of foam coming out there. So just give that a bit of a wipe. This machine, although it's branded Vax, is in fact in the USA is manufactured under the Hoover brand, and it's called the Hoover Impulse. The Vax have called this machine. Oh, I've spilt it everywhere, look. Anyway, once you've filled the clean water tank with solution and hot water, you clip it back into place into the machine here. And the lower tank, just make sure that's properly in place, it is. The lower tank there is where all the dirty water will be sucked up. And at the front here we have a rotating brush and a squeegee to remove the dirty water. So we're going to do a section of the floor at a time as recommended in the instructions. So what Vax say is you release the shampoo into the cleaning solution onto the floor using this trigger here, and then at the same time you use scrub mode to agitate the solution into the floor and to release the dirt. So we'll switch it on to scrub, pull the trigger, and you can hear the water coming out. And this is going to be a small section. I'm squeezing the trigger and releasing the solution onto the floor. It's nice and quiet, certainly in scrub mode. So we'll do a little section at a time. Right, so that's the solution on the floor. Now we've got to remove the dirty solution. So you just flick the machine to pick up. that's the first section of the floor done, and it doesn't look any different really to the floor that's not been cleaned, but as you'll see from the hot water tank, but as you'll see from the tank here, that's quite dirty. I'll show you that in a minute. Now, I've only done a small section, but I have put a lot of solution down, and the small tank is nearly empty. So for this floor, to do it properly, I'd have to refill and empty it 3 times. But really, it's not designed for a large kitchen. This isn't a huge kitchen, but I would say, whoops, this kitchen is too big for what the Floormate's designed for. It's designed for smaller homes, or it's for quick pickups if you're making a spill. If you want a decent floor cleaner, you can get the mains powered Vax Floormate. But let's see what job it's done. It's very hard to do this while you're holding a camera. It's not filthy. The floor will have been washed recently. But the thing is, that water is dirty, and that's the water you would be washing the rest of the floor with. After you've done the first section. Now it's, oh, I've forgotten, yes, to release the, I've only had this a few hours. Just release this here. Take that off. That is the float valve that stops the suction when the tank is full. And here's the dirty water. As I say, it's not filthy dirty, but dirty enough. So as I say, the Vax Floormate, I got this bargain price on eBay, $16.99, but you can pick this up on Amazon, I think for around £35 delivered. These did used to retail for around £100, which in my opinion is a bit much. £50 is nearer the mark, but £35 is an absolute bargain really. But only if you realise the limitations of the machine. It's designed mainly for spill pickup, I would say, or for use on small areas, and a lot of us have small kitchens and bathrooms. So if you live in a smaller home and really want clean floors and don't want the bother of a mop and bucket, then I would recommend it. You can clean up easily by releasing the nozzle here. This whole nozzle comes away and can be rinsed under the tap, and then you have access under here to get to the brush. The brush is actually sealed. Here you can see a line where the solution is sprayed out, and underneath is the rotating brush. This is all enclosed in plastic, but it's easy enough to clean, I would have thought. But the main thing you have to do is make sure you just keep the nozzle clean and vacuum the floor before you use it as well. Let's just click the nozzle back in place. I really should get myself a cameraman and then probably have to tilt. It is easier when you're not holding a camera. That's it. And there's a light here that lights up when you're charging the unit, and you just plug it into the back here to charge up. There's a dog whining, I'm afraid. The batteries are kept in this compartment here, and you may be able to replace them yourself, I'm not sure, after the batteries have stopped working properly. But all in all, I would recommend the Vax Floormate if you've got small areas to clean, and if you can pick it up for around £35 or less, it's a bargain.